Chapter 3 Weather and Climate. Let's learn weather, climate, factors influencing climate, heat zones. Weather. Weather and climate are quite often interchangeable and used in the same sense, but they are not the same. Weather is the condition of air temperature, air pressure, wind, humidity, and rainfall in the atmosphere at a particular place and time. For instance, it may be sunny in the noon, cloudy in the evening, and windy at night. Changes in weather cause season formation. There are three main seasons in India: summer, winter, and monsoon. Info Hive. A meteorologist is a scientist who studies atmosphere and its changes. Climate. The weather condition that prevails over a large area and for a long period is called climate. It is different at different places of the world. For example, it is hot throughout the year in the equatorial region, while some areas like the polar regions remain cold almost the whole year round. Some areas have a hot and wet climate, while some have a hot and dry climate. Climate and weather both influence the lifestyle, food, houses, dress, and economic activities of the people living in a region. People living in polar regions wear clothes which protect them from extreme weather conditions. Their main occupation is fishing and hunting. When we compare this with regions having moderate temperatures, we can find the difference in the dress and living. Factors influencing climate. There are several factors that influence the climate of an area. Let us study them. As we know, the sun is the main source of heat and light on earth, and thus it influences the climate of a place to a great extent. Distance from the equator. All parts of the earth do not receive the same amount of sunlight. Sun's rays fall directly over the equator and spread over a small area, making this region hotter. Moving towards the poles, the rays become slanting, covering a wider area, due to which these areas are colder. Height above the sea level. As we move to higher altitudes, there is a decrease in temperature. Hill stations like Shimla and Ooty are cool even in summers, unlike Chennai or Delhi. This is due to the difference of the altitude above the sea level. The air closer to the Earth's surface is dense and absorbs more heat. This makes places at lower altitudes hotter. The atmosphere is thinner at high altitudes. It absorbs less heat, making the places in hilly areas cooler. Brain tickler. Why do migratory birds fly to India in winters? Info Hive. The equator passes through 13 countries: Ecuador, Colombia, Brazil, Sao Tome and Principe, Gabon, Republic of the Congo, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Uganda, Kenya, Somalia, Maldives, Indonesia, and Kiribati. Distance from the sea. Places near the sea coast experience moderate climate. This is due to the sea breeze which blows from the sea to the land. This means that coastal locations tend to be cooler in summer and warmer in winter than places inland at the same latitude and altitude. Regions far from the coast have extreme climate. That is, summers are very hot and winters are very cold. For example, Mumbai, Goa and Kerala are all located near the sea coast and thus have moderate climate throughout the year. But places like Lucknow and Agra have extremely hot summers and very cold winters. Sea breeze and land breeze. The heat of the sun warms up the land faster than the sea. During the day, the land and the air above it get heated and the warm air rises up. But the sea and the air above it are cooler. Cool air from the sea blows towards the land and cools it. This cool air is the sea breeze. At night, the land and the air above it cool more quickly than the sea. Warm air from the sea rises and makes room for cold air above land to blow towards the sea. This is known as land breeze. Directions of winds. Winds also influence the climate of a place. They may be hot, cold, or moist depending on the place from which they blow. When they blow from hot regions like winds from Rajasthan to Delhi and Agra, they cause hot summers.
The cold winds from the Himalayas make the climate cold in northern India.
The monsoon winds bring with them rainfall and the winds from the sea make the climate cool and moist. Humidity and rainfall. Humidity is the amount of moisture in the air. Humid air affects the climate of the place and also brings rainfall. Coastal areas are humid because the wind blowing from the sea brings a lot of moisture. Rainfall also affects the climate of a place. Colder regions have snowfall. Brain tickler. Which part of India experiences excessive rainfall throughout the year? Brain tickler. Which instrument is used to measure wind speed? N for high. Rain gauge is an instrument used to measure rainfall. Heat zones. According to the temperature and the rays of the sun, the earth is divided into 3 heat zones. These are the torrid zone, the temperate zone, the frigid zone. Torrid zone. Torrid zone is the hottest one among the zones of the earth. It extends from the Tropic of Cancer in the north to Tropic of Capricorn in the south across the equator. This region is hot and experiences high temperatures as the sun rays fall directly on this region. The southern states of India like Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Karnataka fall in this region. Temperate zone. There are 2 temperate zones on the earth. These lie between Arctic Circle, that is 66.5 degree north, and Tropic of Cancer, that is 23.5 degree north in the northern hemisphere, and between Antarctic Circle, that is 66.5 degrees south, and Tropic of Capricorn, that is 23.5 degrees south in the southern hemisphere. In this region, the temperature is moderate. Because of this moderate temperature, it is the most comfortable place on earth to live in. Northern India lies in this zone. Frigid zone. This zone is a permanently frozen zone. The frigid zone lies between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere, and in the southern hemisphere it lies between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole. In this region, there is no sunlight for most of the months. The sun rays are slanting and weak in this region. Hence, it remains cold throughout the year. Brain tickler. Name one country each in torrid, temperate and frigid zone. Recap. Weather is the state of air temperature, air pressure, wind, humidity and rainfall in the atmosphere at a particular place and time. Climate is the weather pattern that prevails over a large area for a long period. There are 5 main factors that affect the climate. These are distance from the equator, altitude, distance from the sea, directions of winds, humidity, and rainfall. The earth is divided into 3 heat zones, that is, torrid, temperate, and frigid zone. Life skills. Mother, why are you packing my woolen clothes for our vacation to Shimla? It is summer season. Dear, Shimla will be cool even in summer, and hence we need them. Oh, now I remember. Places at higher altitudes have low temperatures and are colder. Very good, Sam. That means you pay attention in class.
Know about the climate of various regions of your country. It will help you select suitable clothes to wear when you travel to visit these areas.
Values for life. Rarely does a single country have as many diverse climates as India does. It is a blessing as this variation has created such astonishing variety of foods, clothes, festivals, customs, and lifestyles that make our country a unique one.